Your sister deserves it more, Dad said as they funded her future. I left that night. Now they drive past my mansion asking, why does she have that? I was 17 when Dad sat me down in the kitchen to talk about college. Mom was there too, both of them looking uncomfortable. We need to discuss something important, Dad started. Your sister got accepted to State University. We're paying for everything. Tuition, housing, meal plan, even bought her a new Subaru last week. I nodded, waiting for him to explain my plan, but then he just looked at me. We can't afford both of you, he said flatly. You'll need to figure something else out. Loans, maybe community college first. I asked why Vanessa got everything when we both had similar grades. Dad didn't even hesitate. Your sister deserves it more. She's got potential. You're just average. Mom nodded along like a bobblehead. Vanessa works so hard. You understand, right, sweetie? That night, I packed everything I owned into 2 duffel bags and my backpack. Clothes, laptop, the $300 I'd saved from my grocery store job. I waited until they went to bed, then walked out the front door and never came back. I stayed on my friend Josh's couch for 2 weeks while I figured things out. I enrolled in community college and worked 40 hours a week at the grocery store, then picked up a second job washing dishes on weekends. I barely slept. My first semester, I took 18 credits while working both jobs. I had no social life, no free time, just work and study and survive. Every test I aced felt like proving them wrong. Every paycheck I saved felt like building something they said I couldn't have. After 2 years, I transferred to State University on a full academic scholarship they never knew I applied for. I worked as a teaching assistant and kept both my jobs. I graduated with a degree in computer science and zero debt. Meanwhile, Vanessa dropped out after 3 semesters to become an Instagram influencer, which lasted about 6 months before she moved back home. I got hired at a tech startup right out of college. Nothing fancy, just coding and long hours. But I was good at it, really good. 2 years later, the company got bought out and my stock options were suddenly worth something. Then I moved to a bigger company, worked my way up to senior developer, then team lead. By 26, I'd saved enough to buy a house. Not just any house. A 4-bedroom colonial with a circular driveway, built-in pool, and an actual 3-car garage in the nicest neighborhood in town. The same neighborhood my parents used to drive through on Sundays when I was a kid, pointing at houses and saying, imagine living here someday. I didn't tell them I bought it. Didn't tell them anything. I hadn't spoken to them in 9 years. Last month I was pulling weeds in my front garden when a car slowed down in front of my house. I looked up and saw Mom and Dad in their old minivan, windows down, both of them staring. Mom's mouth was literally hanging open. Dad leaned across her to get a better look. I stood up, brushed the dirt off my jeans. They saw me. Mom's eyes went huge. Dad looked like he'd seen a ghost. They didn't stop, just kept driving real slow. Both of them twisted around staring at my house like they couldn't believe what they were seeing. 2 days later, my phone rang. Unknown number. I let it go to voicemail. It was Mom. Honey, we drove past this beautiful house and we could have sworn we saw you. Is that where you live? Why does she have that? I heard Dad say in the background. Where did she get the money? Are you coming to Vanessa's birthday next weekend? We'd love to see you. Call us back. I deleted the voicemail. They called 6 more times that week. I blocked the number. Then Dad showed up at my office somehow. Security called me saying my father was in the lobby. I told them I didn't have a father and to remove him from the building. Last week they drove by again. This time they stopped, parked right in front. Mom got out and walked up my driveway like she was going to knock. I watched from my upstairs window. She stood there for 5 minutes, looking at my front door, looking back at the car where Dad was watching, then finally walked back. They sat in that car for 20 minutes just staring at my house. I could see them arguing about something. Finally, they drove away. Yesterday, Mom sent a letter to my office address. Must have Googled my company. It was 3 pages about how proud they were, how they always knew I'd do well, how family is important. At the bottom, she mentioned Vanessa was struggling to find work and could really use some financial help, or maybe a job reference. I shredded the letter. They picked their favorite kid 9 years ago. They can fund her struggling influencer career themselves. I built this life alone. They don't get to be proud now.